Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I want to encourage all of you to go to Bulldog Reports, where I have been writing Monday through Friday a daily, very short column about an issue that's very hot. And the first issue out of the gate today on the show is what I have written about, and I would like to share it with you in writing. This story about Hillary Clinton's campaign being involved in the hacking of the server at Trump Tower and the White House is extraordinary. And what I point out in my article is that Hillary Clinton is like the ultimate political gangster. Goes all the way back to the Rose law firm days. But this takes everything to a whole new level. And the bottom line is, if it's not treason, I don't know what it is. You are hacking into the White House server? Wowsy. Or even the Trump Tower server. He is the president of the United States. And they claim that one of the people involved in this, and this is coming from Jim Jordan, is Marc Elias, who actually is the numero uno big Democratic lawyer. I mean, this is crazy. And, you know, they say plenty are testifying to the grand jury. See, when the ship starts sinking and everybody's trying to save themselves, God only knows what that grand jury is hearing. It's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, the media ignored this. ABC, NBC, CBS, New York Times, Washington Post, and even the Wall Street Journal did not mention it yesterday. I don't know what they're going to do today. Did not mention this. How do you not cover this? Can you imagine the story? Let's always play the reverse game. If Donald Trump's campaign did this to Barack Obama during 2016, can you imagine? And they keep saying Trump's a threat to democracy. Trump is a threat to democracy. It's just awful. Remember, I used to say this all the time. It's hard to feel sorry for a billionaire, but I actually feel sorry for Trump, the way he was treated. It's awful. Unprecedented. Joe Biden's poll numbers, you know, you think they couldn't go any lower. They're down to 34%. And again, in context and perspective, the fact that Joe Biden's at 34% when he's got the whole American Communist 10 on his team is extraordinary. He's still at 34%. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, for the first time ever, is claiming these extraordinary powers. It's like martial law, freezing the bank accounts of truckers. Wow. Maybe going to use troops against them. I mean, this is extraordinary. And it's just to our neighbors to the north. I mean, unprecedented. This guy has got, you know, he thinks he's so self-absorbed, like he's Mr. Handsome Guy, son of the former prime minister. And he's just so self-absorbed. He thinks he's the Canadian JFK Jr. The disconnect with average Joe Canadians, extraordinary. Putin, I want to give some analysis of this. Putin has now said that he's willing to have some talks. Let me summarize this for all of you very briefly and succinctly. This whole Ukrainian potential invasion is precedented upon Putin. Now, we know Putin could say one thing and be really thinking another. But publicly, he has said it's because NATO is considering bringing in Ukraine, and he feels threatened by that. Well, folks, how easy of a solution is it for NATO and the Ukraine to just simply say, don't invade us, we're not going to join NATO? Why? Is it really that important? And let me explain why. You don't think all those NATO countries will help Ukraine anyway? Do they have to be a member of NATO to get the support of the United States and the European countries? I don't think so. You know, I am not an appeaser. I am not Neville Chamberlain. But if a solution to this involves simply saying, okay, Ukraine won't be part of NATO, I say do it. The consequences of an invasion and takeover by Ukraine by Putin and Russia is going to be extraordinary. And we don't need it. Extraordinary seems to be my word for the day. A Clinton judge dismissed the Sarah Palin case while the jury was deliberating. And the basis of the decision was that she didn't prove actual malice. It's something called a directed verdict. Now, that also, I'm going to keep the word extraordinary. Why? Because usually judges just let the jury decide those. A directed verdict is extremely rare. Why can't the jury decide whether or not there was actual malice? The judge took that from the jury. Now, there are times, I actually wish judges would do this more often, really, and at times, because it takes it away of a jury doing something crazy, if it's justice. But this smells to high heaven and probably gives Sarah Palin an appeal to the Sixth Circuit even better than she would have. Regardless of the outcome of this would be, not the Sixth Circuit, would be going up to the circuit court governing New York City. I also want to just share some inside baseball with you, okay? Judges and their staff are the ones that monitor juries while they're deliberating. They do. And I know for a fact that they know what's going on. They can hear, they can talk, they talk to the bailiff, so forth and so on. And my curiosity is did this judge learn that it wasn't going very well for the New York Times and thus granted it? The timing of it smells to high heaven. Could have granted that before the jury deliberated. AOC, this ought to scare the hell out of you, and I don't understand why she is not up on some type of treason charges. AOC says that we will not be a democracy in 10 years. Really? She doesn't want a democracy. She says it doesn't work. This is a woman who serves in Congress and has sworn to uphold and protect the Constitution, which includes the Bill of Rights. Again, that word of today, extraordinary. AOC doesn't want democracy. How do they serve in Congress? Why is something not done with this? By Congress against her? By, you know what I'm sick of with AOC? And I have a black Democratic buddy of mine who just thinks AOC is so hot. And you know what cracks me up in this society that we have today is how we have these, everybody thinks it's the white man's world. No, it's not. It's the hot chick's world. Look at all the followers that a hot chick has. They pose half naked or naked all the time, have millions and millions of followers. For what? Posing half naked or naked. The Kardashians, for example. I mean, AOC, it seems, gets away with everything because all of the well, she's hot. She's hot. She might be dumber than a box of rocks, but she's hot. I mean, something needs to happen to AOC. This is just wrong. You can't advocate the end of our country. Isn't that treason? A submarine, I don't know if he was an officer, I think he was, selling secrets to foreign countries, pled guilty. Can you imagine how much this goes on and they don't get caught in this day and age? Just think of the American haters serving in our government. The bird flu seems allegedly been traveling through Kentucky, Indiana, and some other states. Seems to be a problem. You know what I said when Chuck Holbrook alerted me this news item yesterday? I said all of America is the dumb F flu. McCarthy has come out and said, now this is a guy, he's the minority leader in the House, and scientists have been saying it. He says, it's clear now, the evidence is overwhelming, cloth masks do nothing. Cloth masks on kids do nothing to stop the spread of coronavirus. How sad is that? How sad is that? That we mask our children in schools. Completely useless. China apparently paid CNN to run a lot of ads and propaganda, so to speak, for the Olympics. We need to know how much. How much has China paid CNN? Money. Gas prices continue to climb. It's very scary. Off the cuff here, I'm going to end with a commentary. You know, some things are always the same. There's always going to be greed. There's always going to be some corruption. But it's like in that middle ground or gray ground where there's a difference. And let me explain. I truly believe, despite all their flaws, our founding fathers had great honor. I believe that. I also believe that over the course of our American history, that those who have served in the presidency, those who have served in Congress, those who have served as governors of states, for the most part, until recent history, served with great honor. There were some exceptions to that, you know, bribery scandals, so forth and so on, but very, very rare, not the common norm. It seems to me that in our society, with the social media, with Twitter, with everybody being famous, with all of the money, I mean the amount of money, there's a disparity, but I'm talking about the uber rich. The number of uber rich just grows and grows and grows. And then you got China. It seems to me that we have become such a materialistic society, much more than ever before, that there is a lot less honor in our public servants, a lot less honor in corporate America, a less honor, period. And I'm not talking, we're all sinners, not saints, myself included. But I know this, I would never accept a bribe. I couldn't sleep at night. I can tell you right now, I have never, ever committed a serious crime. Ever. Nor would I. It would make me, I couldn't sleep at night. My conscience would kill me. But I am blown away in our society today, how it seems like China's money just buys everything they want in America. Hunter Biden. You know, Hunter Biden stirs for that. And Joe Biden and Jim Biden. The whole Biden family. The Clintons. The Clinton Foundation. You know, it's like, where is just the pure America first, honor first? I just don't understand it. And it's sad. I'm assuming we can reverse course. We need more America lovers, less money lovers. Everybody likes money, but how much is too much? How much is enough? And is it ever worth selling your soul for? I don't think so. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.